Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Beverly Holloway, also known as the Inspirational Life Guru across social media. I am a spiritual teacher and spiritual wellness practitioner and coach on a mission to inspire as many of you as I possibly can towards discovering your divine purpose. I act as a catalyst to get people jump started and moving in the right direction. It is also my passion to help people navigate their way through life changes and transitions. And so today, it is Sunday. I'm not for sure exactly what day as far as number goes, all right? However, it is Sunday, and I am bringing you the weekly wisdom oracles for this week. So you can look at your calendar and find out what day it is, because I've forgotten, but I know it's Sunday. So these oracle messages that I'm going to be sharing with you all today is for the upcoming week. And so if you want to know what the wisdom oracles were for last week, you can check out my other video. All right. So anyway, why don't we take a few deep breaths and just center ourselves before we begin. Take one deep breath in and release. Another deep breath in and release. And then one more deep breath in and release. And as always, let's just take a moment and, just be mindful of where we are right now. Of course, if you're driving in your car, you won't be able to actually spend this time of quietness and meditation. But whenever you're in a safe location, it's good to always center ourselves. So let's just take a moment just to be present where we are right now before we begin this reading. Now I want us all to really draw upon the divine, our angels, our guides, our messengers, our ancestors. Let's just invoke their presence into this particular time that we have with each other, so that we can really hear and gain wisdom for this week. All right. I hope you're ready. I am. So now I always post the images on my social media pages. Instagram, you can catch me at Inspirational Life Guru, and you can also catch me on my business page, Inspirational Life Guru, on Facebook, or my personal page, Beverly Holloway. So here are the wisdom oracles for this week. Now, I have 4 cards. Normally I pull 3, but 4 popped out of the deck. Now, whenever a card pops out of the deck, that's because it's supposed to be out of the deck. That means that there's a message in here that God has for somebody that's going to be watching this video. Now, for those of you that may be catching me for the first time as well, I always like to refer to the guidebook, because I believe that the messages that you're going to hear today were divinely inspired and given to the author of the deck. Now, I am using the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck by Colette Baron Reid. And so she's wonderful. I love her. And I believe that when these messages were given, that these messages were birth from the divine and given to the author of the deck. So I always like to refer to the guidebooks. Maybe sometimes I don't feel led to go to the guidebook, but I want to make sure that I give you all the juice, okay? I want to make sure that I'm not just putting my own interpretation upon the cards and not giving you everything that Spirit would desire for you to have, right? So, anywho, let's get into this week's wisdom oracles. Now, 4 cards, like I said, popped out of the deck for this week. And these are messages from the divine, things that we need to consider and think about this week. So I encourage you to like and share. You never know if it may resonate with you and it may not. Hey, put it on the shelf, because you never know later on in the week, in the coming days, hey, it may be for you. But you never know who this may resonate with, who this may bless this week. So let's not be selfish. Like, share, give me a thumbs up if it resonates with you, and be sure to subscribe. I don't know why I'm just spits wanting to fly out of my mouth. All right, but anyway, excuse me. But nevertheless, guys, let's get started. So 4 cards here. The first card that popped out of the deck, let me put my spectacles on, my little reading glasses here. The first card that popped out of the deck is one of my favorite cards from this deck, and it really helped me during a time of transition about a month ago, when I found myself in a very tight situation as a result of standing my ground. And Spirit was alerting me to some shit that just wasn't true. And so I had to let it be known, you're lying, you're trying to betray me, and that's not going to work. So as a result of me standing my ground, it put me in some hot water. But I was able to navigate my way through. And this particular card was a blessing to me because it helped me during my time of need and transition. The first card that popped out is that of the resting tree. The resting tree. Look at that image there. I want you to just kind of meditate on that for a moment. As you can see here, there's a beautiful young lady that is resting beneath a grove of trees. And it looks like she's in despair. Looks like she's afraid. And it resonates with me because this was me over a month ago, the beginning of July. I found myself literally resting beside and underneath a tree. This was me. And so this particular oracle message has to do with patience, and it has to do with being still. It has to do with resting. And what better place for us to rest this week is to find us a tree like the one behind me. I'm surrounded by beautiful trees. Find you a place in nature this week and connect with Mother Earth. Find you a tree and sit at the base of that tree, because there is something that Spirit wants to reveal to you this week. Some of you out there, you've been asking God a lot of questions. You need some answers as it relates to your life. Perhaps maybe it may be your job or relationship, but you're seeking God for some answers and you haven't been able to quite connect. Well, find you a tree this week. Get beside a tree and rest there. Okay, so that you can gain some clarity, insight. That is a wonderful way. When you connect with the earth, find you a tree, kick your shoes off, and just bury your feet upon the earth. Ground yourself with nature so that you can receive some answers this week. A lot of times we get so busy, and this message is all about being still. It's about having patience. Many of you have been wanting to run ahead of God. You've been frustrated. You've been, wondering, when is this going to pop off? When is this vision that God has given me? When are things going to begin to happen? Well, your time is now. However, this week, it is important that you continue to have patience and to find you a place where you can be still so that you can gain more clarity and more understanding. Let me see here what I put in my notes. Now, another meaning for this card, resting tree, is to stop focusing and planning. Rest. Okay? It's time for you to take a break. It's time for you to chill, boo. chill for a minute, all right? It's okay to take a day off, all right? Take a day off. If you got any sick days available this week, you need to take you some time off so that you can be still, so that you can be patient and gain more clarity. It's a time this week for non-action, relaxation. Now, I know for me personally, it's hard for me to relax sometimes. But let's go to the guidebook and see what else we can gain from this particular oracle, the resting tree. Now, it says here that the resting tree is a sign for you to stop focusing and planning and be at peace in the moment. Be at peace in the moment. This is representative of non-action and relaxation. Patience is the key to being with this ally. The resting tree asks you to slow down, sit back, and watch the roses bloom and the birds feed in the meadow. This isn't the time to forge ahead in any way. So some of you guys are about to make a decision, and Spirit is speaking to you and telling you you need to pull back. You need to rest before you sign that contract. Before you say yes, you need to pull back, rest a while. Don't be pushed into making any hasty decisions this week. If anybody's trying to put pressure on you, tell them, look, I still need more time. It's okay to say that. And if the deal falls through, if it doesn't go through, it may be meant that it just wasn't for you anyway. Now, it says here, you may not be taking enough breaks. So you're invited to be still and contemplate your good fortune, even if it means blessing the chaos that's in your life. You see, some of you are ready to run ahead and make some decisions because you're under pressure. There's a lot of chaos, and you're thinking that this is the way out when there may be a better way out. And Spirit is wanting you to be still. Be still in the midst of that chaotic situation that may be popping off in your life so that you don't make any wrong decisions. Now, it says here, this is a sign to allow everything to fall away except the stillness of the moment. It's like living within the space between breaths. A lot of times when we are faced with difficult decisions, when we're having some chaos popping off in our life, we want to hurry up and make some shit happen. We want to hurry up and take action when we just need to breathe. Breathe, okay? Breathe. So it says here that when the resting tree appears, it signals that you've done all that you can for now, and it's time to unwind and allow your story to unfold on its own accord. On its own accord. Hello? On its own accord, okay? Not your accord, but allow the universe. Trust the process, and know that the universe has your back. Now, it says here that you've earned the right to rest and relax. Amazing ideas will come if you do. Remember the ancient saying, we do without doing, and everything gets done. We do without doing, and everything gets done. That doesn't make any sense to your noggin, that when you're not doing anything, shit gets done. But it does. That's when you take all you just let go, okay? I know it's a place of vulnerability, but just let go and let God, as they say, all right? So that's number one. Now, number two. The next card that came forth is that of the Fire Prince. The Fire Prince. Optimism and aggression. Optimism and aggression. So this particular oracle has to do with staying positive, moving forward, taking action to reach your goals. So some of you out there, you've already gone through the resting place, right? You've been to the resting tree, and now it's time for you to move forward and to take some action this week. Now, a miracle. I don't know who this is for. I'm going to receive it as my own, okay? Because these messages are for the collective, all right? A miracle is on its way to you this week. I don't know about you, but I'm expecting the divine to open some doors. I'm expecting for the windows of heaven to be opened up on my behalf, okay? I got my fire element going on. I got my candles lit, all right? And I'm expecting some magic to pop off this week. Now, it says here, I wrote down in my notes that a miracle is on the way, and it's going to take place as if by magic. It's just almost like magic. It's just going to happen. And overnight, things are going to change. Now, also, I wrote down, a miracle is on the way. Magic, you're going to operate in a way that the magic that you possess is going to create the reality that you've been seeking. Now, if you are obedient, okay, to the oracle message of wisdom this week to find you a tree and rest there, okay, the magic is going to begin to work for you in your life, okay, and it's going to be just like overnight. You're going to get insight, wisdom, and clarity. Not to mention the universe has your back and is already working on your situation. But if you rest this week, magic is going to happen in your life. Now, let's go to the guidebook. Another meaning of this particular oracle is to be hopeful. Be optimistic, okay? So let's see what else the guidebook has to say about this. The Fire Prince. Howdy. I like your shirt. Oh, I like that. That's OT, guys. You met OT the other day. For those of you that caught the sacred herb of the day, I think it was on Friday, you got to meet OT. So let's see. Now, the Fire Prince also means, it says, when the Fire Prince arrives as your ally, he lets you know that he represents the invisible forces behind all manner of manifestation. I like that, okay? It says, and he brings you the gift of optimism. You will be rightly inspired to move forward and take confident and assertive action to reach your goal. So as we're resting this week, trusting the divine, magic is going to happen in our lives. Things are going to start manifesting and moving in our lives this week. If you stay hopeful and optimistic, if you connect with the energy that is present within these oracle messages, okay? Things are going to happen for you this week. And it says here that you will be rightly inspired to move forward, envisioning the path of the highest good with an optimistic outlook. The Fire Prince also brings you the gift of a miracle. Things come together as if by magic to create the reality that you seek. You may have every reason to be hopeful. Move forward knowing that you have everything that you need and more. You got to connect with this, okay? Because if you don't believe this, if you're not connecting with this, it ain't going to happen for you this week. But if you want to get things moving, trust and believe. If you will do what these messages are guiding you to do, you will come back and leave a testimony letting me know that this energy was present in your life this week. It says here that just remember to share the the enthusiasm, believe in others, and be optimistic for them too, and your good fortune will multiply. See, that's a key. Remember to share your enthusiasm, share this message, share this video. It says here, believe in others and be optimistic for them too, and your good fortune will multiply. All right, so I've got two other cards and I've only got 10 minutes. So the next card that came forth is that of the Dream Walker. The Dream Walker. It's all about dreams this week coming to pass. It's all about making the magic happen. It's all about having the power this week and the ability to manifest some shit in our lives this week, okay? See those dreams come true. This has all to do with dreams, the collective good. See, this card here said be optimistic cryptic, not only for yourself, but for others. Share this message. And then this one says, for the collective good of others as well. Illusions. So, I love this. The Dream Walker. I love the image that is on this card. So let's go to the guidebook. Now, one thing I wrote down, I jotted down, first of all, is dreams do come true. But you got to ask for them. If you have a dream, start talking to the divine about what you desire and what you're believing for. You got to ask for it, okay? Now, let's go to the guidebook and see what else we can dig up. All right. Now, when the Dream Walker is your ally, dreams really can come true. Still, there are two kinds, those of the small self and those of the divine. You see, you can have dreams that are based on yourself, right? But you can have dreams that are based on your higher self as well. Now, it says, Spirit has a dream for you that is yours alone. And all you need to do is ask, and it will unfold like magic. See how these cards are tying together? It says here, you also play an important and unique part in the divine dreaming of the world. When you ask, is this the dream for me that serves the greater dream? The most beautiful vision for your life serves the highest good for others too. Just the act of asking will immediately provide the answer. The Dream Walker is beside you to help you move effortlessly through the illusions, observing the truth and celebrating the waking dream of your life that results. You see, I had someone say that the dream that I have is just an illusion. Really? That just means they're disillusioned, right? So, yeah. Enough of the illusions this week. You're going to get clarity regarding your purpose, regarding your dream, and the magic is going to start happening. Now, the last oracle for this week is coming from the card, the High Lady of Love and Compassion. Look at this. Love and compassion. Isn't that a beautiful image? I love that. She's just like, she don't have a care in the world. Don't have a care in the world. Not a care in the world. She's being mindful of what is around her at this time. You see, it's important for us to be mindful of the moment and to have gratitude for the moment, okay? Now, this card has to do with reverence. It has to do with kindness, and it has to do with consideration. Now, some of you've been a little bit disconnected as it comes to your love walk with the divine. You haven't been reverencing the divine as much as you should. That's just what I'm picking up. But this week, I want to encourage you to bring reverence into your daily life so that you can start manifesting. A lot of you, I'm just sensing, some of you may be having difficulty because you've been trying to do all the work on your own. You haven't been reverencing the divine and a higher power that's able to push this thing through and have it manifest in your life. Be kind and be considerate this week. That is also the message of this particular energy upon this card, the High Lady, okay? The High Lady, not the low lady, but the High Lady of love and compassion. Allow love to rule in your life this week, okay? Allow compassion. You never know when you have compassion for somebody on the street where that can lead you this week, okay? So be mindful of that. Now, let me see what else we can get from this particular oracle. I think I have maybe about 5 more minutes to go here. Now, it says here that when the High Lady of Love and Compassion chooses to be your ally, she brings you a deep and meaningful message. She reminds you that only love is real. It is the sole, unconditional, and true power behind all means of manifestation. out of the unseen into the material. You see, some of us can be nasty as hell sometimes. Let's just be real. Some of us, we try and manifest shit when our attitude is all wrong. So this week, I want us all to practice being more kind, more gentle, and being more compassionate. It says here that love is the sole, unconditional, and true power behind all means of manifestation. It says love's greatest creative power is ignited by the conscious action of compassion. Generously, it says generosity of heart, reverence, respect, empathy for all living things bring you profound power to live a life of happiness and contentment. Respect, reverence for all living things, even the trees, okay? When you're connecting with nature this week, be reverent, okay? And be reverent and compassionate towards other people. It says here, love, compassion, and kindness to all must be the impulse behind your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions when your intention is to create a prosperous and abundant life. Love, okay? Compassion. Now, unconditional love will be returned to you tenfold. The High Lady also reminds you that when she chooses to be your ally, she brings you evidence that you are loved. Some of you have not been feeling appreciated. Some of you have not been feeling as though you're loved. But I believe that this week, if you will sow an act of kindness and compassion into the life of someone else, you're going to see love unfold tenfold in your own life. It says here that all manner of synchronicities align in your favor. That's what's going to happen this week. You're going to be showered with love. If you just sow one act of love, I dare you tonight, watch what happens to you this week. If your question refers to a relationship, you're required to think of the other person and inquire what is in his or her highest good. See, that's an act of unselfishness. When you think about the collective good of all and not just yourself. It says here, now, give selflessly without asking for or expecting anything in return. And let go. What is yours will come to you. Kindness always returns somehow. You will surely receive that which you give in more ways than you can imagine. So I want to encourage you guys this week as I close. First of all, find you a tree. Get out of the house. Get somewhere in nature, all right? And be patient and be still. And be optimistic, hopeful. Take action when you feel that you're supposed to move ahead this week. But if you don't get the green light, be still. And know that dreams are coming true for you this week. Dreams are going to come through for me this week, okay? I'm believing God for some shit, all right? And there's a present energy that is going to help us this week to manifest some stuff. And I want to hear testimonies. Think about the collective good. Let's be open, all right? And think about others. Let's be reverent. Let's be kind. And let's be considerate of those that are around us, all right? Again, like and share this video, all right? Make sure you subscribe. These are the oracle messages of wisdom for us this week. All right? Love you guys. Namaste.